Alright, I showed you Weebly. Now I'm going to show you Wix. Now Wix, you can have much more dynamic designs, but it's certainly a lot trickier to use. Like, it's even hard to really show you one site because it'll vary depending on your template you pick, but I can show you the basic gist of it. And this is my e-portfolio for when I went up for associate. So you see I use this program next, and I think it looks a lot nicer, a lot more snazzier. It's definitely, like, when you use Weebly, it looks like a template website. Where you use Wix, it looks a lot more dynamic, a lot more creative, and a lot less like a template, but it is harder to use. So all the elements are under the add. So this is like the build on the other one. But the nice thing is, you know, they have, you can see all the menus that come over with the, this is just to show you to click it. Just, you can change the image, change the text. So these buttons are all working links. Let's say I want a little text here to set up my page. This is a thing that, of course, that I noted on many of your multimodals. Like, hey, you didn't set up the site. How does someone know where to go, how to interact with the site? You got to really introduce the reader to what's going on this website. And I certainly could do more here. I mean, this was a captive audience. Like, everyone knew what this site was about. This is my supplemental materials when I went up for promotion. But if they didn't, I would need to set this up. Like, maybe this was like, instead of a promotion e-portfolio, like maybe this was for a job, and I'd want to set this up. So if I was adding something, you see, like, oh, it's just crazy. Like, so in Weebly we had like site title and then text. Here we have like site title, page title, large heading, small heading, I'm a paragraph, all these different titles. It's so many choices. Like, I would pick the paragraph with a little bit bigger text. I mean, you always want to think about readability. You always want to think, you know, if I have room, give them bigger text, because, you know, it's hard to read on a backlit screen. So edit text. So clicking around, and you can just see they have all the font sizes. So much more in depth in the menus here. So it's pretty easy. So navigation. So to find my pages, I actually have to click up here. So manage menu. So now I have this menu. I have 4 things. I can add a page very easily, or I can, you know, rename it very easily if I wanted to, or I could delete it very easily. But because there's so many options, it's a little bit harder to find things. Do I click here? Do I click here? It really is like clicking over an element and seeing what options pop up is really the best way to work with Wix. Alright, so if I hit navigate, like, I can actually navigate. So this is my syllabi and assignment pages, and these are all documents. So the nice thing about, it's kind of easy to keep things together. Well, this is in the upload. So if you look at documents, you can see all the documents I uploaded. So I didn't upload any other site media besides the documents. The videos are limited to 50 megabytes, which sounds like a lot, but really for video, it's not really that much. So images, you probably should have your own images. I don't have enough images here. I just have, like, I think I just have a few images of my dorky face and some pie charts. Alright, so that's all there. So See if there's anything else to show you. Change image, works well. This is all like graphic elements, container box. So it does give you a lot more options with that kind of stuff. So button, box, container boxes. So you can see like that box is right here. So that was just me kind of trying to snazz up the design a little bit, adding that. Circular images are kind of the theme throughout here. So you can see I have the space between paragraphs. I have my sans serif font, which means the font without legs. So those are all things that are part of web writing. White space, choosing the right font, getting things large enough. Let's see what else. If there's anything else to show you. Video. All this stuff's pretty easy to do. So again, this works similarly to the other one, but everything, there's more options and it's a little bit smoother in a way. I think it's more difficult to use this one, but I think the final result is better. So that's Wix in a nutshell. So again, you're just picking the right template, changing it, using all these ads to best suit your content, deleting the things that don't work. So hopefully you're kind of getting the logic of it. This too is a drag and drop. That seems very common. So even if you didn't use Wix or Weebly, there's other ones out there. They all seem to have that same logic of drag and drop. You know, scroll over the thing and you'll be able to, edit it or delete it. I'm gonna delete this. So deleting this was a right click. So that's one thing I noticed. I have more right click mouse button options versus, like, that didn't seem as often that I had that kind of menu pickup on Weebly. So this is Wix. So Wix is, if I think you can get a better design on Wix. I think it'll be more creative, more interesting, but it's more difficult to operate, where Weebly's, I think, very simple. It's pretty easy. You see everything pretty head on what you can do, where here it's kind of, you have to, there's so many options. You have to scroll over. There's different ways you can click on things to get different options. So Wix is a little bit trickier to use. But if you are using it and you're running any problems, please let me know, because I'm happy to help. So please let me know if you have any questions.